Hollywood had
thought about winning on Press Your Luck.
The brilliant minds at network broadcasting went, maybe he's cheating.
will reveal his secret when TV Land Myths and Legends returns. In the fall of 1983, CBS introduced a new game show called Press Your Luck that became instantly memorable for its catchphrases.
Big bucks, no whammies!
In the spring of 1984, it became memorable for a very different reason.
I was not there that day, but boy, did I hear about it. It went through the hallways of CBS like a rocket.
The unlikely figure at the center of the controversy was the late Michael Larson, an unemployed ice cream truck driver.
Michael Larson. How are you, Michael?
The show's main attraction was called the Big Board.
The Big Board is a big square made up of a bunch of little squares, and lights flash in completely random patterns, and you have your big red button, and when you're ready, you hit it, and the board will stop and the square will light up.
The thing you did not want to do ever was land on a whammy, because every time you landed on a whammy, a little cartoon character would come out, take away all your money, and if you got 4 whammies, you were out of the game.
Stop! Stop at a whammy.
The odds of hitting a whammy were about 1 in 6 for most people.
Michael, are you ready? Yes. Let's hit it. Big bucks.
But Michael Larson had a secret in his back pocket that the producers didn't know about. He knew how to win on Press Your Luck in a way that no one before him and no one after him ever did.
Ed Long, a California minister, was on the show with Larson.
He was in control of the board for a long time.
Stop! Stop at $3,000!
It was so many spins that they had to take the show that was typically half hour and make it 2 shows an hour long.
Michael Larson quickly passed the typical $10,000 to $15,000 win and continued to press his luck to amazing heights.
And he kept going, and he kept going. He would hit the top money amount available plus a spin virtually every time.
By the time Michael Larson finally ran out of spins, he had set a single appearance game show record, spinning 47 times and earning an astonishing $110,237.
You have won more money than anyone's ever even thought about winning on Press Your Luck.
When Michael Larson won $110,237 on a game show where you just didn't win $110,237, human nature is to cry cheat.
So how did it happen? Larson's brother James explains.
Well, he got hooked on watching Press Your Luck game show and used to record the shows. And then by stopping and starting the videotape, he figured out that the board which they used in their game show was not a random board.
There had been numerous meetings about how to structure the electronics on the board. The producers came up with a pattern of 5 different sequences of lights flashing. In theory, 5 sequences would be enough to fool any civilian who would come on the show, except Michael Larson.
When you drive an ice cream truck, you are given automatically a huge amount of free time. And this guy watched it all the time, got a VCR.
He slowed it down with his remote and started watching these patterns in slow motion and memorizing them.
But that's not all he discovered. Keep your eyes on these 2 squares. You'll notice that a whammy never appears in either space. Larson noticed this too. He now knew where he wanted to stop the board, and having memorized the patterns, he knew when those spots were coming up. However, Larson learned on his very first spin that practicing at home was quite different than playing the game for real.
He got away.
I said, oh my gosh, maybe he is not doing it correctly. What's going on here?
Careful examination of the patterns reveals that it was merely a case of bad timing. As you can see, the very next move on the board would have been to one of the safe spots.
When he did his first few spins, he would do the normal big bucks, no whammies, and say all the things contestants were trained to say on Press Your Luck. And then he started to really focus because he was studying the pattern of those lights.
He just had the eyes of a game show predator, and his prey was money.
He's unbelievable. Stop! $3,000!
Larson snagged his prey, but did he play by the rules?
Is that cheating? That's the question, isn't it?
The brilliant mind.
There was a school of thought that because he had cheated, that he wasn't entitled to his money. But the prevailing wisdom, after all of these discussions, was that he hadn't cheated, that he was just smarter than CBS.
I can't change the laws of physics.
Illogical.
Tune in for all your favorite Star Trek catchphrases.
Stitch.
And even some non-favorites.
Why don't you go chase an asteroid?
Right here on TV Land.